What is going on, everybody? Chris here. This video, just want to let you know, was recorded on full self-driving beta version 11.4.3. Of course, we are now on 11.4.4. I didn't have time to upload this one before the update. I don't notice much difference between 11.4.3 and 11.4.4, so take that for whatever it's worth. But the point of this video, and why I'm still going to upload it, was to show you full self-driving beta driving in a new city, Muskegon, Michigan, that I myself have never driven in before. I always get a little skeptical of beta, thinking it's going to do worse in an area I have not experienced, but the drive ended up being really good. The other point of this video was to bring Stephanie along, and so you could hear her thoughts. We were at a really busy Tesla event today, so we were both a little tired on this drive, but it still ended up being a really good drive, and we wanted to update you and let you know Stephanie's getting kind of used to beta, but she'll talk about that in the video. So going forward, I know a lot of people have wanted her to drive. She just simply hasn't really wanted to do that in the past, but I think she's going to do that soon, and you'll get to see Stephanie trying beta herself. One thing, I think you're getting a little used to beta. I don't know if it's that you're getting used to it or that it's just getting good enough that it's not really freaking you out in the way it used to. Like, what do you think?
I would say it's a combination of both. I'm definitely getting used to it, but it has definitely improved so much that, yeah, I feel pretty chill. So I'm sorry, guys. Like, it's not going to be as exciting of a reaction from me because I'm just like, next time I'm going to be taking the wheel.
Yes, so I do want to address that as well. A lot of people say to me, why isn't Stephanie driving? I want her to drive, she just hasn't wanted to yet. So.
Okay, guys, listen. I tried. Chris was like, we're going to make a video and you can drive. It did not work out well.
It did. That was a long time ago. Yeah. That was like an old version 10. Stephanie just basically wasn't ready to let it do anything, so it just turned into like a video of her hitting the brake every 2 seconds.
I tried, and yeah, it was just like every couple of minutes I was like, oh, this is awkward, I want to go, and then you were like, well, then it's not a beta video, right. It's just a Stephanie drives video.
That's exactly what it was.
We decided to wait.
Yeah, so we'll do that soon. But the way the car's behaving, like even just that interaction with that car, we started to go, they hit their brake a little bit as they turned, beta slowed, and then it continued. I mean, just the feel of everything has been so perfect. And not to say that the car is driving perfectly and I'm never taking over at all, but the takeovers are a lot more, they're a lot more, what's the way to put it, predictable. It's just like, oh, it messes this thing up every time. Rather than back in the day where beta would just like try to throw you off the road or be hitting the brake all over the place. It's not that type of thing anymore. It's just like, oh, some things it still can't do, like, you know, ambulances, it won't pull over for an ambulance, or it's not very good with potholes, or even roundabouts are not that great. Speed bumps are like usually don't work, but sometimes they do. The driving overall, the stop signs and everything, it's been so good. And this whole Muskegon time, there's been, what, 2 or 3 times where you said to me, like, why are you driving? Why don't you make beta drive? Because I missed 2 turns. Yep. Because it's an area I'm not familiar with, that yellow light. The reaction was perfect.
That was a human reaction right there.
That was
like slowing down because it's starting to turn yellow, but oh, we can still get through it because they were already under it. It was like very human-like.
Everything it's doing is feeling so much better than it used to. And, you know, I don't want to say that nobody's experiencing anything bad. I still get comments, and please keep leaving them, that people are like, oh, but mine's screwing this up all over the place. It doesn't mean it's good all over the place. It doesn't mean it's always good. But this 11.4.3 update, I just would not have expected such a big change from 11.4.2. I don't know how to explain it. And you know, in the past, I've had my complaints. I've had my like, oh, this update sucks and it's so much worse now. As of right now, this update is like kind of blowing me away. So,
is this the update where now it no longer tries to swing into like those little passing lanes?
No, it still does that.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that as much. Like, I've driven it by myself a few times and just like tried beta like on a straight road,
right,
and I didn't notice that the same way that I did.
Okay, no, it still is swinging into, like, if a right turn lane opens, even if you're going straight for the next 3 miles, it'll just kind of swing into those lanes, and then you got to usually correct that.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, so that right turn was a little slow. I think that white line painted there.
But, okay.
But the recovery was nice. It basically like got real slow, and then as soon as it was into the turn, then it, you know, it resumed. So I need to end this. So yeah, I just put a few random, I don't know Muskegon, I've never been here before. I just randomly put some destinations in to see how the car would do.
Got some construction, is that in our path here?
I don't know, we'll see. It's taking forever to reroute, so it needs to be able to reroute a little quicker. So here's where you might get some goofiness. Nope.
You're like ready to take the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
It changed, look. That was super weird.
Wow.
So it was gonna turn left and then it decided to turn right. I have
but
no
hey,
idea why.
at least it did it.
Right. Yeah, that was really strange. So we'll make a complete stop, 0, and see how it's starting to go already, even though someone's in our way. Still a little slow, but it begins the move and then completes it. And swing of the wheel. So still the awkward stuff, but it's just this thing where, I don't know, I'm not needing to take over as much. And the thing that's kind of disappointing to me, though, is like I feel like the voice reporting is doing absolutely nothing. Because I've been voice reporting the same issues like for months, and they're all still, every single one of them is still there. So I don't know what that's about. We have had no feedback on like how that's helping or if it's helping, but in my experience, it hasn't fixed anything. All right, so you need to talk a little more. I'm talking too much, as the people say.
It's been fun, like the whole drive here, 2 hours of listening to you record and being like, you almost crashed into the curb.
Yes. I try to make my voice notes very dramatic so that I'm pretty sure they're actually listened to. Like, this
is great.
That was so perfect. It felt so good.
I'm so relaxed right now. I just don't even, it's just crazy the difference in such a short time.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I'm almost a little disappointed at that because, I mean, it's a good thing because it obviously has gotten to a point where now you're more comfortable than you used to be. And that was kind of always the goal. But now it's like, where do we go from here? I need to find someone else that's like scared of this. So are you going to go?
Nope.
So here's a nice mistake for you. Oh, okay.
Wait till this car is getting closer. Not that they're still far enough away, but it was like...
Yeah, so unnecessary waiting. But again, those are the kinds of things, like, it's not unsafe, it's just stupid, nobody was behind me. So again, it's still a mistake, you know, people are like, oh, you're giving excuses for it. I'm not giving an excuse, it did the wrong thing, technically, but at least the type of mistake was not a dangerous one.
No, it was just awkward.
I wonder why we're turning and then, like, can't we just go straight here? I don't know. More left turns for us, so that's fine.
Yeah. A bump.
Yep. Hits the potholes still.
Like, what? I guess that's not too bad.
No, it looks really bad, though. So creeping for visibility. It is really hard to see over there. And we're good. There was somebody coming, but we were already poked out far enough to continue in front of them.
I'm just still amazed at the Tesla event that we were just at here. Like, just so many cool people and like all different ages, all different backgrounds, all sharing their experiences either with beta or just with Tesla in general. And just like, it was just so cool, like, to meet so many people and hear their stories of these drives and things like that. It's just cool, like the community that exists.
Yeah, we had a really good time. I mean, it's just so fun and it flies by. We were there for hours, but it just didn't feel like very long.
Okay, this cone is interesting.
Yeah. It wants to make the right turn. It did swing around.
It went around nicely.
Yeah,
that's good.
But yeah, that's one of those robotic things. Like, no human's gonna move to the right because they see the cone there. But the car moved to the right for the right turn, and then was like, oh wait, and then kind of moved around it.
And technically, it's like, is there anything wrong with doing that? No. It's not like what a human would do, but there's nothing wrong. Like, It still made the turn safely. It didn't hit the cone.
You definitely have just gotten used to beta.
Yeah, because I was not worried that it was going to hit the cone. I'm like, there's no way it's going to hit the cone.
Right. Oh, yeah. I'm not so concerned about that anymore either. Except that bus I passed the other day. Yeah. That freaked me out.
Or the dumpster the last time I was doing a drive like this with you.
Yeah, that didn't freak me out, but it was very close. You were right.
If you were sitting right here,
yes,
it might have freaked you out a little bit.
You probably would have.
It was just like.
You probably would have peed your pants at that bus then.
Yeah.
That was so.
This is what I would have done.
Yeah.
That's how I protect myself from beta.
Right. I see some people in between the cars there. It does display them. It's a little late. Oh, I gotta end this one. So that's like another thing. If people are like kind of occluded, they're not put onto the display like as quickly. So I saw those humans before they were on the display. They did show up there, but just something that I saw before the car did. So we got one more stop here. We're gonna go to Home Depot, and then that's our hotel, which obviously by the time I put this up, we're not there anymore, so. But let's see.
All your groupies.
Yeah, so right, and then a left over there, so that'll be good. All right, so here's another bug on this version. Stopping on the train tracks, that was really bad.
That's really bad.
But it basically sometimes will stop too far back from a stop sign. Again, that's one of those kind of consistent bugs that I'm like, yes, it's stupid, yes, it shouldn't do that, but I feel like it's like at least something that Tesla can look at and go like, oh yeah, we need to fix this. Rather than, again, the kind of random mistakes it would make before. So that's another bug I've shown in previous videos and will continue to show as long as it's still happening. But it's funny because that's the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first time it's happened in Muskegon for me. I don't think that's happened since we've been here. I think that was the first time. I don't know what to do with my hands. I've not touched this in a while. I think part of it, though, is it's kind of automatic for me.
It nagged you right back there on the train track.
Okay, so that's what it is. I just automatically grab onto it. So yeah, it's nagging me right now. So changing lanes to follow route.
That makes sense.
Yep.
We are turning left very soon.
That's good. It still will screw that up sometimes.
But not today.
Not today.
We're not in this moment.
Yeah, not in this video. But yeah, even earlier today was moving into the incorrect lanes for that kind of stuff. It's going to take us right to the door. That's awesome.
That was great.
Yeah, the slowing felt really good. Yeah, and a lot of times it feels good. Again, still sometimes it'll brake too hard or something, but...
It's honestly kind of nice now with the speed limit changes, how, like, it's just going to automatically, like, drop down.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about getting caught speeding somewhere, like, in an unfamiliar area.
That happened earlier today. It was a 30-mile-per-hour zone, and I had beta going, so it was going 30. I probably would have been speeding. That's just... I'll just admit, I just do that, especially in those slower ones when it's a huge road, but it's like a really low speed. We went right by a cop, and I was like, well, I'm glad beta was on.
Yep.
Now watch this takeoff when it turns green. We started going about the same time as the people around us. So usually I'm finding beta is starting to roll its wheels before the other cars around me. That time it was about even with the humans. I felt like it was actually a little late. Now if I'm staring at the light, okay, hey, nice job. If I'm staring at a green light, I can definitely beat beta every time. But if you pay attention, it'll usually start to go before the people around you go. All right, now make the turn.
Okay.
No, we got plenty of room.
Yeah.
I know how you feel.
It made me a little nervous for a second. I just was like, I don't want to see those people's faces.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, no, it's fair. But did it then feel better, or?
Yes.
Okay. So we don't have a stop sign here. Oh, you want to go? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that confused me. I would have turned there. I would have actually turned over there. Yeah, some hard movements of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So it's taking us straight to the front door. Yeah, there's
my gosh, I can't. That was just a little close.
Oh, and then I disengaged it with my hand on the wheel. Yeah, go ahead. No, keep talking.
It probably wasn't even that close. Oh, my mom's calling.
Oh, all right. Hold on. All right, we're back. Let's get out of the parking lot. So that's pretty much it. I just put in some of those destinations. So what do you think? Go ahead and give your, current thoughts on beta.
Current thoughts are... Hey, that guy waved, and the car actually went.
That's like magic. It was, kind of creeping the whole time.
It's a huge improvement.
Remember to talk loud, please.
Yep. I'm getting very comfortable with it. Comfortable enough that next time I would like to drive, I think.
Yes, that's the next level.
I don't know how far I'll get.
That's fine.
But at least I feel ready to try.
Sweet.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So overall, if you look at this drive we just did, nothing too crazy, nothing too complex, but I didn't do anything again, right? I don't think I didn't have any interventions or disengagements for the whole drive. Now, with that said, it doesn't mean beta did things perfectly. And I hope people don't think I'm just being really apologetic, but the point I'm trying to get across here is that beta is doing things better than it has in the past, but there's still things to work on. So smoothness, look at the wheel right now. That's kind of weird. But again, if this was a level 4 system and I'm sitting in the back seat, which I think is very far off, I don't think that's by the end of the year, just being honest. If it was though, and I'm sitting in the back seat, what do I care if the steering wheel's doing those kind of weird things? Who cares, right? That's not that big of a deal. It's still weird and it shouldn't happen, but that's kind of the point I'm trying to get across here is 6 months ago, a year ago, I would never, this is the third video I'm going to put up, I think, if this one goes up. where I had 0 interventions and 0 disengagements. And in the other two, this drive I think was pretty simple, but the other two were like a little more complex. I mean, especially the downtown one. And it's finally able to do these things for long distances or even long times without intervention. Even though maybe sometimes it goes a little slow or takes the turn a little fast or wiggles the wheel or something weird like that. So overall, I'm really enjoying beta. I hope other people are having a decent, like, look at this lane change. It didn't wait for that stupid gap like it used to. It very smoothly moved here. And look, here we go. We're going to slow to a stop. Now it's green. It's going to wait for all this traffic. So I'll show you this unprotected left and then we'll call it. But overall, beta is making huge improvements. It really is. There's still a long way to go for something like me sleeping in the car and it driving around. I'm so skeptical of that still. But as a driver assist system, I am loving using it. It's so much fun. So as this person passes, the car should begin to move. Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, right as they passed us. I personally think it should happen like maybe 1 second earlier, but I'm being real nitpicky. And there's the turn. I mean, what do you want? Like,
Yeah.
It made the left turn. It felt really good. So I'm very excited about the system. It's really fun. It's been a long, almost 3 years of us testing and playing around with this stuff, and it's really coming along. So I would like to know down in the comments what you think more improvements need to be made, what features we're missing. But overall, for what it's offering, it's feeling really good. Like, I think this is something a lot of people would want to use. So anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Hope you enjoyed this one. You will see us in the next video. Bye. Sweet.
It was easy peasy drive.
Yeah. I'm just going to let it roll a little bit. This is
Yeah.
this is hard to see. You can't.
It's really hard.
Wow. 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 That was sick. Bye.